The clerk will read the order of the day.
Government Business Notice Number 2, standing in the name of Mr Maley to present the Correctional Services Legislation Amendment Bill 2025, Serial 12.
Minister.
Madam Speaker, I present a bill entitled Correctional Services Legislation Amendment Bill 2025, Serial 12, and table the explanatory statement. Madam Speaker, I move the bill be read a first time.
Please continue.
Madam Speaker, I present the bill entitled the Correctional Services Legislation Amendment Bill 2025. The purpose of this bill is to provide the Corrections Commissioner with additional powers to engage a more flexible workforce to deal with the growth in our correction system and ultimately deliver a safer community. The bill will allow the Commissioner to appoint special correction officers and special probation officers and parole officers to ensure our correction system is well resourced and staffed to manage the rising number of offenders with it. These amendments are set to complement the government's election commitment to make the Territory a safer place. The bill will deliver corrections the ability to build a more flexible workforce by amending the provisions of the Correctional Services Act 2014 and the Correctional Services Regulations 2014. Madam Speaker, the NT's adult prisoner population has grown by 18% in the last 5 months, and it is anticipated there will be a further increase resulting from the government's bail reforms that commenced on the 6th of January 2025. The bill will expand the pool of available personnel by allowing the Commissioner of Corrections to appoint special corrections officers and probation officers and parole officers, define the scope of the power and the functions of these appointees, and establish accountability and compliance standards for these appointees that coincide with correctional services standards. Under the present law, the Act limits the Commission's powers to appoint correctional officers and probation officers to individuals who are public sector employees. The Commissioner does not have the power to appoint officers seconded from other jurisdictions or to engage private contractors to support the important work of corrections. This bill is the government's action to give corrections more flexibility to manage increased operational demands by creating workforce options and officers who are not NT public service employees to have similar duties, obligations, powers and privileges conferred on a correctional officer or a probation and parole officer. This will provide new opportunities to strengthen our correction system and keep the community safe. It will allow for a surge of personnel for prisoner custody and transfer services to complement the existing workforce. The bill is flexible to appoint a range of personnel with differing skill sets to perform selected tasks as determined by the Commissioner in support of our hard-working correction officers. For example, a special corrections officer may be delegated functions to transport prisoners to and from court appearances, conduct escorts to medical appointments and hospitals, and transport prisoners between correctional facilities. This will free up our correction officers who are highly trained to focus on prisoners held in custody in correctional centres. It is anticipated that in providing a mechanism for managing surge capacity, the bill will also assist reducing fatigue and stress on often experienced correctional staff. In times of need, the bill will also give the Commissioner scope to seek support from other jurisdictions to send emergency or surge workforces to assist the Northern Territory. Similar arrangements have long existed for police around Australia, and this bill provides the Corrections Commissioner with the powers to seek assistance in managing rising demands on our prisons. Similarly, the bill provides for the appointment of special probation and parole officers to assist our frontline community corrections staff. One example of this will be providing the Commissioner the scope to consider engaging service providers to expand support for the fitting and management of electronic monitoring services, devices on offenders, and freeing up probation and parole officers to focus on the important work of case managing parolees and offenders on supervised orders. This model is similar to the one used by private contractors elsewhere in Australia, such as Victoria, New South Wales, South Australia and Western Australia. Other jurisdictions have long used specialist private corrections contractors to supplement their mainstream correctional workforce. This is not about replacing hard-working corrections officers, staff, or reducing jobs. In fact, we need more correctional officers and probation parole officers, and the government will continue to recruit them. These amendments are needed to supplement the capacity of corrections to ensure the safety, security and good order of our correction centres and the correctional community system. The amendments are substantially located in clauses 6 of the bill, which inserts new Division 4 into the Correctional Services Act 2014. New sections 25B and 25C will be inserted into the Act to provide the Commissioner powers to appoint a person to be a Special Corrections Officer or a Special Probation and Parole Officer. A person can only be appointed where the Commissioner is satisfied the individual has the qualifications, skills or experience to properly perform the functions of a Special Corrections Officer or Special Probation and Parole Officer. New sections 25B2 and 25C2 clarify that Commissioner can only make these appointments subject to conditions, limitations or qualifications the Commissioner decides. The Commissioner is provided with further flexibility to terminate the appointment of Special Correction Officers or Special Probation and Parole Officers at any time under Clause 7. The bill also provides a range of sequential amendments to the Act and regulations to give effect to the amendments and to ensure the new appointees have the same formal appointments requirements as the NT public sector correctional officers. Specifically, the bill amends the Correctional Services Regulations 2014 to ensure that the new Special Correction Officer appointees must take an oath of office. Madam Speaker, we acknowledge there is still more work to be done in the space to ensure correction system is strong to help make the community safe. The visions and powers to appoint Special Corrections Officers is a step forward to achieve that. Madam Speaker, I am pleased to commend this bill to honourable members and table a copy of the explanatory statement.
The question is that the bill be read a first time. Those of the opinion say aye, to the contrary no. I think the ayes have it. The Clerk.
A bill for an Act to amend the Correctional Services Act 2014 and the Correctional Services Regulations 2014.
Minister.
Madam Speaker, I move that the bill be declared to be urgent.
The question is that the motion... The question is that the motion be agreed to. Those of that opinion say aye. No. Aye. To the contrary, no. No. I think the ayes have it. Division. Division? Call a division. Is it supported? Yes. Please stand. Thank you.
Madam Speaker, I move that the second reading of the bill be...
Just hang on a tick. The result of the division is 17 ayes and 6 nays. The ayes have it.
Madam Speaker.
I haven't given anyone the call. Member for Gwaja, what's your point of order?
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Standing order number 1, I seek your guidance. I recommend or move that this be referred to the Scrutiny Committee for further deliberations. It's an important matter that is impacting on our hard-working correctional services officers, our health professionals.
Okay. The question has been passed. So the moment to refer it to a scrutiny committee has passed. Minister, you have the call.
Madam Speaker, I move that the second reading of the bill be made and order of the day for a later hour.
The question is that the second reading of the bill be made and order of the day for a later hour. Those of the opinion say aye. To the contrary, no. I think the ayes have it. A division is called. It's supported. Okay, you can do it on your own. Thank you. The result of the division is 17 ayes and 6 nays. The ayes have it.